Hello there, everyone! Xantake with Select Star Gaming, and we're back with some more Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, and what the fuck happened? I not entirely sure I'm understanding here. I got some thoughts, don't worry, we're gonna go into some shit, but Curb, I mean, not what I expected to have happen there.
It's a little different, isn't it?
Little bit. I'm really curious why we have peaceful, happy, fun time, free time music going on when it's like, we just nearly got killed. I don't think this is appropriate music right now. But okay, we'll find out, I guess.
Maybe it is happy fun times.
I don't know. There's a few things I want to talk about that I didn't really get a chance to because we ended the episode. And I want to go over some thoughts here. First of all, the ultimate lucky student lucked out. Didn't die. I noticed, first one thing is like, okay, what's his name? Makoto. Okay, the whole thing with Kyoko being killed, and then the epilogue was him having a fever dream, and it was all in his head. But then how did he know the exact execution? Well, I mean, okay, well, whatever. That's obviously a thing. But Alter Ego coming in clutch right when they needed to. A part of me wonders, was that planned by Kyoko in Alter Ego? I don't know. I mean, she clearly had a plan for something, and her being called out was not part of the plan. So one of the big things I'm really wondering is, okay, so was Makoto actually the one? Did he actually end up killing? What's their fucking name? The evil person, the soldier that we never fucking saw, and I'm not entirely convinced they've truly existed yet. Because all we've seen of them is a burned the fuck up dead body. They might have been a plant the whole time, not even like as a real person. I don't even know yet. So I'm wondering if, like, okay, with this whole case that we just had happen, what truly happened here? Did Makoto actually kill them off in his fever dream when he was sick, and then Kyoko tried to help him cover it up, and then it just didn't work out so well? Or did Kyoko actually do it? Did Monokuma just like, you know what? We're planting a fake dead body here, we're going to see what happens? Or was Monokuma just going to be like, you know what? I don't even care which one of you they call out as guilty, because the two of you together are problems for me, so as long as one of you is gone, I don't give a fuck. Probably would have preferred Kyoko, but I mean, Makoto is her partner in crime, so I could kind of see that. But I'm also wondering, what if it never mattered? What if it never mattered who they accused as guilty? And no matter what, Monokuma was always just going to say, yup, you got it, now let's watch them die. And then things just keep moving forward. I've seen no evidence to suggest that that's not the case because I never game overed. Maybe if I game overed, I would say that I'm completely wrong. But in story-wise, like, as far as I'm concerned, he could just be like, no, I don't care who you accuse. It's always going to be correct, because then we just get to torture all of you even more. Which would make sense, considering he's all about crushing their hopes and dreams and making them feel eternal despair. But now the big question I have is, what's happening with Makoto? We fell into a garbage chute. Makoto's like, he's gonna get crushed, but I mean, he's not gonna escape the garbage chute. He's gonna die down there slowly, and maybe that's even more despair. So I'm okay with this. Fuck it. Obviously, we're not dead, right? I feel like if they were actually killing off Makoto, they would have just killed him off. They would have just transferred control of the game to Kyoko. But, well, game has changed. Game has definitely changed. No more free time, I'm pretty sure. I don't think that's going to happen anymore.
Well, maybe that's what this music's for.
I mean, theoretically you could be right, but I'm going to hard doubt that. I'm also wondering, just like, are there going to be, like, am I going to be part of any more class trials? Maybe one will happen when Makoto's not there, or Makoto will somehow get his way back into school, and Makoto will be like, God damn it, how? Fuck it. This could be interesting drama. Or am I just going to be, like, transferring to Super Spy mode, and everything else is going on around me while I'm learning the secrets? I don't know, but I guess we're gonna find out as soon as I stop talking about nonsense. But
Lots
also,
of nonsense.
but
Maybe
also, I think Makoto is passed out right now because he seems to be flashing back to the beginning of the game. Wasn't this also the music at the beginning of the game when we were first starting out?
Pretty sure.
I feel like it was.
I'm telling you, you might have just restarted the game by accident.
I mean, who says that all... what if all the people that die don't die and they just get... their souls get transferred into an alternate reality where everything is fun, happy, and peaceful, and that's where the pictures come from?
The clone talk you were talking about, yeah.
Oh, this is alternate reality talk, but like they get sent to a parallel universe where nobody's dying, and that's where all the pictures of them being safe and happy are from. I don't know. There's some weird shit going on. Kyoko, you better do your fucking job and learn the secrets of the school for selling me out, you bitch. So it's really rude of her. I'm not pleased with what she did there, unless she was trying to save me. In which case, try harder next time. Can't even count on fucking Kyoko of all people. God damn it. Alright, well, enough wasting time. Let's find out what the hell's happening here. Alright, Makoto. How about your, concussion? The massive high school towers... Oh, wow, I was reading that as high school towers. Like, a tower? Not that it towers over everything else? Alright. That kind of set me off. The massive high school towers over all the other buildings in this bustling urban area. It's like the school stands at the center of the entire world. I think that's short of some of the surrounding buildings, actually.
I was thinking the same thing.
What? Can we zoom back out a minute, game? So, somebody that's watching this, go back a few seconds and just take a larger screenshot. That building is totally shorter. Like, sure, we're taller than the fucking forest that we're somehow in the middle of. But this is not a tall building. I mean, it's got 5 floors, but there is taller office buildings around. I call bullshit. Maybe it's a translation issue. The minute it towers over the nearby forest.
Maybe, yeah.
I doubt it. Hope's Peak Academy. It brings in top students from every field imaginable. A government-funded school of privilege. Oh boy. Let's say that you come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. With hundreds of years of tradition, it sends the cream of the crop into the workforce every year. And by that, we mean one person now. It sends one person to the workforce. And by workforce, we mean not if Byakuya wins, because he's not going to the workforce. Are you fucking kidding me? No way. Not. Neither would Toko. Now that I think about it, neither would Hina. Neither would Hiro, actually. The only person that would have gone to the workforce is Makoto. He is literally only the one who would become a regular worker. It was built to raise hope in the nation's future, which makes Hope's Peak a pretty fitting name. There are 2 things you need to attend this school. 1, you have to already be attending high school. 2, you have to be the very best at what you do. Sorry, Wolverine, you might hit the second, but you don't hit the first. No ordinary student could enroll here. The only way in is if you're scouted by the school itself. And I'm just realizing the school has always had Monokuma's eye as a symbol. Huh. Alrighty.
It's interesting.
It is, actually. And standing there at the gate of the ultimate school filled with the ultimate students is somebody who's supposed to be dead! Also known as me. Hey, we finally woke up. Maybe. What the fuck? What? This again? What? Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk for the 2nd time. 3rd time? 3rd time. My body felt heavy. It wouldn't be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but what was I doing asleep here just now? Wasn't any classroom I'd ever been in before. What the heck is going on? Oh. This is where the trash gets sent? Okay. Finally. I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again. And then I was awake. Or was this just another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare? No, this isn't a dream. I could tell, because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. I don't know, have you ever had somebody fart on you while you were trying to sleep?
Oh God, what?
The stench!
This has actually happened to you?
I don't know, it could have. I was asleep.
I was. Oh my God! It's like you were speaking like you were speaking from experience. What the hell?
I do love being me. Most of the time.
Oh dear.
Every now and then. Like, the third Tuesday of the month. What an awful smell. I was in a vast, dark cavern with the barest hint of light seeping in. Trash was piled high all across the area. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. A heck of a situation to find myself in. But that was just the beginning of my problems. Was I going to be stuck in there till I wasted away and died? Well, that's what somebody's hoping for. But no, I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. I remembered all too well what had happened. Alter Ego saved me, but they didn't save Kyoka. Were they only supposed to save me? Did they only care about me? Seems weird, but okay. And he used up the last little bit of his strength to do it. So I can't give up now. For myself, and for my friend. And with that, my pursuit of survival began. First up, to start looking for a way out of here. Alright, I'm gonna laugh if I find any Monokuma coins. I'm kind of hoping it happens, because it will be hilarious.
Right.
Is that an airplane? I don't actually see it, but alright. How'd something like that wind up in the school's garbage pit? I mean, I guess that looks like the tail of an airplane, maybe?
Maybe.
I guess? I don't know. And this is a desk. It's the one I woke up at. It's probably the one that fell down here with me. Oh, yeah. Forgot about that for a moment there. That's a rocket. A tank. I'd better not think too much about what I'm seeing down here. No coins. I am the sad.
That is a bummer.
And the door's locked. It's great. Well, we're screwed. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here is not gonna be easy. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon, I decided to look around for some food. Good luck. Well, there's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. And that was pointless. Next, I searched for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are an all-around bad idea? Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides. But that's still not enough reason to give up. Because, well, I'm still alive somehow. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was take a nap. Yes! Yes! Love it! My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left after not being able to eat or drink. I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed. And all I did was sleep and sleep. It's like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. It made a big ol' crunch sound. Oh, it's trash day! The strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd please don't be what I think it is. Did something fall down over there?
What did you think it was? Okay.
I think it's Monokuma.
Oh.
Always showing up in the weirdest of times. He just pops up out of nowhere. Something fell from up above. What could it have been? Please. Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I think several pieces of trash fell down. I carefully stretched my hand out toward whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
Ah, thank God. I was thinking it had to be one of two things, and I was just like, okay, it's gonna be Monokuma or Kyoko. Please don't be Monokuma. Fuck's sake.
What if it was, now that the trial's over though, what if it was like, now you're stuck down here with like Mukuro's body?
I mean, at least I would have gotten to see what she looked like, maybe?
After all the burns?
Okay, fair.
Before piece of trash, rude.
Yeah,
finish the line.
I mean,
also rude.
Okay, so I interrupted you twice. My bad. But listen, man, it's not like I expected somebody to fall down here with me.
True.
Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was. The one who put me down here.
It
smells awful.
Yes.
It's perfect. This is the best. This is the best Sprite in the game.
Okay.
This is the best Sprite.
You're happy. It's okay. It's a good
Everything else pales to this. Oh my god.
Because she's so serious all the time. It's like the perfect contrast.
Yes. I need a drink.
I don't know. My favorite's still Happy Genocide Jack, where she just looks all content.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Okay.
Alright, this is the thing.
Right?
Oh.
This place smells awful.
Yeah, tell me about it. I've been here for like 3 days. Kyoko, what the fuck though?
Indeed.
You look like you're doing better than I expected.
Did you expect me to be dead? Because I did. What are you doing here?
So...
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you.
Did you bring food? I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko, but here's the problem. Now we're both stuck here. Also, you got some garbage in your hair. I didn't want to tell you, but the script maybe. It got better.
It got better. Oh,
she didn't realize. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash and then faced me again.
Hey.
Oh, man.
First, I have something for you.
Please be food. Thank God.
Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished.
It's already eaten. It took me a second. Thank you, though. I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way toward my stomach like Hina eating a donut. Oh, that hit the spot. Now I'm not dying. Oh, I've got all the energy I need to keep going now. Thank God.
So you still haven't given up, then?
Well, I was about to, in all honesty. But of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at. Hard oof.
Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at.
But, Kyoko, why did you come to rescue me again? Did you feel guilty or something?
So...
To pay a debt. Or no. To atone.
So you did feel guilty. Also, please tell me that you're going to explain to me what the fuck happened with that case. I need to know. Because even if she was, like, trying to cover for Makoto, the bomb! She couldn't have known about the bomb. So what the fuck? The tone?
You...
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything.
Well, about that, technically speaking, I did. And then I decided that that future was not a future I wanted. So I went back in time and changed it. Starting to wonder if that was the best decision. But, we'll give it time. So, you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you.
Well, don't say that. You didn't abandon me.
No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However,
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason I had to survive, no matter the cost.
Yes, because you're obsessed with uncovering the mysteries, and you will kill anyone to solve it. I get it. But tell me that anyways.
it's true.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything.
Finally.
The reason I have to survive
In other words,
is so that I can do what I came to this school to do.
Alright, well that's ominous in a few different ways. I'm gonna guess memories have come back now. And she was sent here to stop it.
I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason.
You wanted a new teddy bear. So you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak besides being the ultimate student?
indeed.
That's right. At least, I did once.
Once.
Until recently, I'd forgotten what it was.
You forgot. But that's...
I had no memory of what my purpose was.
no memory? That's impossible.
Amnesia?
Then, is it really true? You lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at the school?
I woke up at a desk somehow. The first thing... Wait, you're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself. A disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was.
But what would make you forget all that?
Hey,
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient.
True. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory.
Because they knew you'd be a threat from day one. But why would they want to do that?
There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability. Somehow, they would interfere with the mastermind's plans.
So the mastermind just stole them from you?
However,
And it could also mean... Somehow, my memories may be connected to the mystery of this school and the mastermind.
So I hadn't really verbalized this theory, but I had a crazy theory that was most likely not true. That I just thought of like about halfway through the game. It was like, oh, when they were talking about how the headmaster might be the mastermind, I was like, and Kyoko said at one point, no, I'm pretty sure it's not him. The thought I had was like, what? Wait, Kyoko, are you the mastermind's kid, or the headmaster's kid? I'd rather. That'd be fucking strange. That would explain a few things. Just thought I'd mention it.
Okay. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time.
But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
why is that?
If I did that, and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us.
Wait, what?
Correct.
Well, don't make too big a deal out of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right?
The mastermind... one of us? If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However,
That being said, there is a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me.
And the reason she picked us is because we're too stupid to be the mastermind. Let's see it. Why me?
Because among everyone, you were least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but
I see. Your intuition was right, though. I mean, there's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind. Right?
I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
Or are we? It's just like the dream I had before, but why did that just happen?
listen.
are you okay?
Mentally or physically? Nothing. Nothing. It's fine. It is nothing, right?
Hey,
Even now, I still trust you, you know? It's just, I'm not used to relying on others.
correct.
I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced.
Honestly, I was convinced. I think it's just her personality. Fair. Oh, can we just continue the conversation without clicking again? Oh god.
No.
Fine. You said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own. So how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So,
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability.
You mentioned your ability, and at times I've circled the train of you being either some kind of like detective, investigator, attorney, something along those lines.
My ability, what everyone should have known me for.
Paranormal investigator. Okay, detective. See,
I'm the ultimate detective.
finally, the ultimate detective.
correct.
And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy, there was someone I had to find here in the school.
Your dad, the headmaster. You had to find someone? Who?
So,
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy.
And he's your dad. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Damn it, yes! I wish I had verbalized this earlier in the series. Damn it! Ah!
Okay, so which moment in the series are you more happier for calling? The because he's my father or the Makoto wet the bed till he was in 3rd grade? which one are you more pleased about?
That one was
calling?
funnier. That was funnier.
Because he's my father.
What?
in other words,
I was separated from him as a child. And as it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak.
Kyoko's dad is Hope's Peak's headmaster? That's an awkward sentence. Hope's Peaks? Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Then that explains when Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved.
I'll find a way.
Huh?
No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster.
no matter what?
No matter the cost.
So,
Kyoko, what's going on? My memory hadn't come back at that point. But when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him.
That makes sense.
However,
But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room.
Then, what did you see in there?
So,
The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess, the desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there.
You mean the mastermind, right?
it's true.
That was my assumption, yes. And to confirm my suspicion... Is that how you spell suspicion?
You know what? Let's... I forgot what
System,
it is.
I think.
System. Transcript.
Is that a C or an S there?
No,
Am I
no, that's
wrong?
accurate. No, that's accurate.
Okay, it just looked weird to me.
Yeah. No, trust me. There's some words that no matter how many times I spell them, I always do it wrong. Separate. I screw it up every single time. I do an E, not an A.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I get
kills
it.
me.
I've been there. I know that one.
Occasionally, also terrible. Hate
How
that
about
word.
how about calendar?
No, calendar's
it-
fine.
Well, calendar I used to always put an E at the end instead of an R.
That's fair. Wait, instead of an R?
No, wait, E instead of an A.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay,
I-
that makes
I
more
know-
sense. I'll give you that pass. But not...
I know what
It was
10
not
plus
R.
10 is.
Do you? What is it?
20. Shut up.
Oh, congrats! Now what's 20 plus
Okay.
20?
40.
Oh, I'm surprised you got that one. Good job.
Oh, come on.
What is the square root of 2?
Oh, that's a square root symbol with a 2 in it. That counts as an answer in math. You told me not to, you didn't say I had to solve to a decimal. Because that's ridiculous. I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I found.
But why there?
Because I also found this in the headmaster's room.
This is some kind of map.
Indeed.
It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room, along with Mukuro's profile and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time.
Makes sense. Also, just giving them offices in general.
And I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room.
So, you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there.
However,
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors.
So we were never meant to go there. So, what was it like? That part of the school, I mean.
It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in this school is more horrific than we ever imagined.
Yeah, because we're all clones in a giant Hunger Games simulator. I already figured that out. But what do you mean though?
so,
I can't explain it. You need to go see it for yourself. And I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough.
Okay, I hate to bring this up, but we're kind of in a trash compactor right now. And it's scheduled to go off in about 6 hours? It sounds like it must be important and really ominous. Oh my god.
Oh, here we go
Wait a
again.
minute! She has this key! She has special key! We're good, we're safe.
Special key.
Just
Special
realized. What?
Oh, now there's more. Of course, once I got to the second floor of the dorms, there were no cameras and no monitors. Which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building.
Such as the bomb. It has to do with Mukuro Ikusaba, doesn't it?
however,
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her.
Okay, but what about me?
And I know it wasn't you either.
Then what the fuck happened? I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi. So, who did kill her?
Anyway,
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikusaba was to get me killed.
I mean, I figured that. That was kind of obvious. Get you killed?
indeed.
I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation, they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial.
It was?
The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly.
You mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly. With minimal restrictions, you are you are free to explore Hope's Peak Academy at your discretion.
But you are not free to flee Hope's Peak Academy.
That's like rule number 1 or
In
whatever.
other
Like,
words.
Yeah.
leaving the school is not a good use of time or whatever. It's the phrasing.
But leaving the school will result in your death.
Mm-hmm. The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it.
The class trials are only supposed to happen when a student kills a student, and there's only one mystery student that we're aware of.
Mm-hmm.
The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules? That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
It wasn't Mukuro, was it? What's that?
There was a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim.
What?
It could have been you, Makoto.
Ah! Yes. When I was having my fever dream. I could have become the victim?
indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Do you mean during the night?
I
can hear them, you know?
Here, who?
The footsteps of the god of death.
Which one? Also, what?
I can hear the god of death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases just like this,
Anyway,
which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms, and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell, and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away, and as I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room.
correct.
I ran into your room, and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However,
That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... Whoever the masked assailant was, they ended up dead.
correct.
And their murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room.
Because a second person had a special key.
It all has to be the work of the mastermind, in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me.
So, all of this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think.
But that's really bad if true. I mean, it means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind won't use the class trial to try and kill you because you couldn't interfere. Or they couldn't interfere, rather. Right?
Correct.
You're right. That is a contradiction. And it's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room.
Because we are the two biggest threats to the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Everything they did is a contradiction.
So, explain it for small brain Makoto here, but, what does it all mean?
In other words,
It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered.
What?
Makoto,
Just a little more. A little more, and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair.
You said that was Mukuro, though. The other ultimate despair?
There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair, and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person.
It's not?
indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event.
You're talking about...
That's right.
What happened a year ago, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
the tragedy. Whoever's responsible for that, they're the ultimate despair?
It would seem...
That despicable group, whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair.
Then they're...
Indeed.
Make no mistake, they're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy.
I'm not quite sure I get the title for Chapter 5.
Here's the thing. A lot of the different, background music has some of those same titles.
Mm-hmm.
The
The chapters.
Yeah. Same for, I know that at least for the Sakura and Aoi chapter, that was All Star Apologies. That's also the title for a BGM.
Okay. Well, I'm assuming they'd probably name the BGMs after the titles.
I think so. It must be something like that, yeah.
It's usually the case. Well,
Mm-hmm.
you name the BGM after something in the game, typically.
That's a true point, yeah.
That's the rocket from the trash heap. It's somehow
It
in my
is.
pocket. I don't know about this. Yeah, let's save the data. Sure. I'm just going to throw out a really quick mastermind prediction here.
Mm-hmm.
If it is one of the actual students that we have had in the game, Byakuya, Toko, Hiro, Hina, Kyoko, and myself, there's only one that makes sense. Hiro. I'm slotting in Hiro, assuming it's one of the students, I'm slotting in Hiro as my mastermind prediction because it's always the idiot. It's always the one that puts on an air of, oh, it can't be them because they're too stupid. They're incapable of anything. Hi, Hiro. I see you there. Mr. Dumbass Supreme, who hasn't done anything helpful at all the entire game.
That's a true point.
The Ultimate Despair. A group of people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. Also, they're saying it's a group, but Kyoko was saying it's 2 people. 2 is not a group. You need at least 3 people to have a group. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the mastermind story of the internet. I guess it could also be 3 people. It could have been Mukuro, Hiro, and somebody else, which if that's the case, Toko, I guess, because Genocide Jack. I don't feel like it's Hina. I don't feel so.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, considering she was willing to have everybody else die because of Sakura, you know, it doesn't make sense. Our enemy has finally been revealed.
Kind of.
Kind of, yeah. But right now, there's more important things like
Anyway.
getting out of here.
Like what she said. Right now, we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after.
Yeah, you're right. So, let's check the trash bag. Did you bring in more food? There's so much garbage here. I can't believe this place is even still inhabitable. Check the door. Still can't open it. Okay. We have a way to open it, though. Hey, Kyoko, you wanna do the thing?
You're
Like
clicking on me for the 4th time.
Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? You know, Monokuma's secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room?
Indeed.
Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it.
I'm gonna need you to part with it so I can hold on to it for a second. And it can open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Then we should be able to use it on that door, right? So let's do it.
Now we do it.
Hey, Kyoko, we use the key of yours to open this door, right?
Oh my gosh.
It's true.
Let's find out. Watch it not. That'd be so bad.
No. Kyoko took out the key with the Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole. And then... Oh my god, fresh air, finally.
Indeed.
Now we can get out of here. Let's go.
Sounds good to me. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Finally. We were finally free. But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief, because the real fight had just begun. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. It's a lot of words there.
Mm-hmm.
After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up, like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up to the tunnel, which was really good because I can't climb. We started climbing the ladders, intent on reaching the surface. The ladder was impossibly long, but I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down.
Hey,
So don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you.
Yeah, I'll be careful. You too, person who's wearing boots.
God, that's a good point.
But now you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous, and I'm remembering that I have a fear of heights. Yay! Maybe talking will help keep my mind off of it. Why? Why does he have to do the face there? So Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work?
How long?
That's what I asked.
so...
Ever since I can remember.
That's... Listen, when you're talking to somebody with amnesia, that's not a good answer.
That's a good point. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time where being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way.
Then, is your family famous?
Wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us.
But, how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So,
Right.
Because we take pride in it.
pride.
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence.
Until now. A conscious effort?
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational. But it's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride.
Pride. So that explains. Before I came here, when I was looking up info about the school online, I never saw anything about her. Just rereading all this here for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family.
However,
And yet, I gave up some of that pride.
What?
In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing that it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do.
But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, it was because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
what?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father.
But you'd be reuniting after all those years, right? You would have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
Do you just want to glare at him? Because, I mean, I get it, but...
However,
She does have a pretty good glare. There is something I want to say to him, though.
Is it fuck and you? But tell me anyways.
No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face.
Tell him what?
So,
I want to sever all ties with him.
I feel like you don't need to do all this to do that. Just don't ever speak with him. Because it sounds like he ran out on you, so, like, the job's already done. So this feels overly complicated and totally unnecessary. Sever?
The last time I saw him, I was still very young. So I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was
However-
talented. He had a promising future, but he had no interest in detective work. So he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument. As young as I was, he left me behind.
I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I had gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective.
I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression. So I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell how she looked when she said that, or what she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative. And more emotional.
I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live.
It kind of sounds like you blame him.
That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true.
However,
But there's one thing. One thing that I can never forgive.
Really?
so,
The way everyone else looked at me.
With pity.
I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
however,
But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
correct.
That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past. In order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago.
But your family. Just cut him out like that. Makoto, I'm going to stop you right there. If family's toxic, cut him out. Don't go down this bullshit. Just because
Wrong.
you're born with it doesn't mean you gotta keep it.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey,
Is blood really enough to call someone family?
No. Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that. I didn't know how to respond. So instead I didn't. And I said nothing. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. And after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top.
Oh boy.
Looks like this is it.
indeed.
On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us.
But where in the school are we? We're back!
That's right.
Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room?
Oh, that makes sense.
I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble.
Well, here goes nothing, I guess. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. And was greeted by Monokuma. The hatch opened with ease, and so... Looks like we're back.
Whew.
But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted.
Can't actually say we're safe and sound, but... Well, at least we're out of there. Now we're back in Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you.
No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor.
Let's chat some more.
Fifth
So-
time's the charm.
Yeah. So, now what do we do? I mean, I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the Mastermind finds out, and they probably will, and I'm worried about you too, of course. I mean, you helped me, so they might...
Listen,
You're worried?
I mean, listen, they just tried to get me killed and you killed, so yes. Also, yeah, of course.
so then,
Then let's just get a concrete answer.
Huh?
in other words,
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping.
And there he is! Wait, that's...
however,
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we're found out. And it's not like we can run away.
As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. So, you're saying, rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now?
Don't worry. What you think is going to happen isn't.
because
Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared.
The Mastermind is ensnared. You said something like that before. What does it mean, though?
so
The mastermind stood exposed during the inventory into Mukuro's death.
During the what?
What did I say?
Inventory.
Oh my god! The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Mukuro's death. Work stuff is bugging. Work stuff is in my brain.
I get that.
Oh no. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down.
Wait. There was?
right.
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations.
I'm still a little... Well, no. Super uneasy about all of this. But we don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going.
Okay. I guess we're going to the gym. Are we gonna run into anybody on the way there? I mean, probably not. Am I gonna look behind me every time? Yeah.
It is nighttime.
A quick bathroom break would be nice, though. Listen, I've been in a trash heap for a few days. I just got my first bite of food. I probably need to use the bathroom.
Probably.
This is one of those times where it's more fulfilling to actually walk around.
Because it's like I'm actually not stuck in one room now.
And, I mean, we just got trapped and everything. Yeah, I mean, just teleporting would take a little bit of the fun out of it.
Right.
Second bathroom break. There we go. We're good.
Why did you just pee on the door, Makoto?
You tried living in a garbage heap for 3 days.
Forgot how doors work?
Maybe.
Maybe. You're the one opening them all for me, Kyoko.
Well now.
Hey! Kyoko, I don't mind so much.
I don't believe it!
Alright, but Makoto's supposed to be dead. What's he doing here? That's about right. That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay? Because I'm feeling like I'm gonna get stabbed here. You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do?
Shing!
If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be punished and executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule.
You're making me angry!
So now I gotta punish you again. And this time, I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko! It'll help.
Right.
Do whatever you feel you have to.
Who are you helping? What the fuck?
However,
But before you do, let me just say one thing.
now,
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right?
Huh?
Huh? I lose?
Hey!
You, explain yourself. What do you mean by that?
because
Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
in other words,
I was supposed to be chosen as the Blackened and then executed, right?
Hey! What are you talking about?
however,
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting. Because you never imagined in that position one person would protect another like that.
You mean like you didn't?
right,
And in response to that unexpected development,
indeed,
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No, more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
Dead silence. So silent you can hear the whirring of the gears inside of his fat belly.
Ka-chunk, 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 ka-chunk.
however,
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery.
Alter
Oops.
ego.
You never imagined the possibility of a being that could come to our aid even after you'd killed it.
am I wrong?
Now, here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukuro, you did.
Ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the Blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right?
And that means I lose? You talk a big game. You're saying the blackened is me, and not Makoto.
Well,
And you can prove this, right?
Well,
I can't.
Well, don't just say it like that. Give it a second take. What is this? A comedy routine? To make such bold claims without a shred of evidence?
that doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there is only ever one absolute truth.
boom, boom.
And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type?
Because
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you so love to inspire.
however,
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
What the heck?
And that's supposed to convince wow. And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
indeed,
Those gears really are sticking.
Oh yeah.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
hey,
If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased.
Oop. Viewers at home, how's it going?
indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course, you can say we're just making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you killed Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. Ka-chunk, 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 ka-chunk.
Oh yeah.
If you want to earn our despair fair and square,
that's what we have to do.
then I suggest you take my advice.
So, what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
Do Mukuro's trial over again. Only this time, you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
With more investigation time.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair. Hey,
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say?
A fair trial. One last showdown. In other words, this would be our chance to expose the true identity of Mukuro's killer, of the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word. I mean, let's be honest here, I'm screwed.
Chunk!
Interesting.
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed. Barry.
What's wrong?
Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So time for bear jokes! Now, what you've suggested might be plausible. It would certainly make for one honey of a climax.
in other words,
Does that mean you'll accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out? Or will my despair claim victory?
I can barely contain myself!
Let's have one final grisly showdown! He agreed? What? Okay, then we still have a shot at this.
Barrett!
But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end.
You guys!
So, for this final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. All the mysteries? That's right. Every last mystery that's pawing around the school. If you can do that,
I can barely contain myself!
then that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you.
It's
That
true.
one's my favorite. That's what we've been trying to do all along.
Okay, well, good. Then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and solve the mysteries of this school,
You guys!
then you win. But if you can't do all of that,
We'll all face execution, right?
I can barely contain my excitement! When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me?
We're as excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we've recovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair?
I honestly can't believe how this has all turned out.
Hey,
Before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember that. For sure. So what?
hey,
I just wanted to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement?
You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations. And having a trial for Mukuro is no exception to that. Wait a minute. Mukuro's trial is no exception? Then it's part of the regulations? Which would have to mean that whoever killed Mukuro. It's a very polarizing approach, I know. But okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. What?
listen.
Are you telling the truth?
He needs to be worked on because he's having some issues. He keeps not responding. Monokuma.exe has stopped responding, and honestly, I'm okay with it.
His check engine light is on.
Yeah. Windows would like to install some updates. Why did it go quiet all of a sudden?
Now I'm really angry!
I'm done talking. I got nothing left to say to you. So get lost, would ya? Why so mad?
He seems emotionally unstable.
Hey!
Leave me alone. Get out of here. Okay, I'm going. You're really gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment. Overflowing with despair.
Hey,
Come on, Makoto. Let's go.
Okay. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. And just like that, we were out of the gym. And out of harm's way? Question mark? I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed.
Somehow.
I still had my life, and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. And 6 times the charm? 6 times the charm.
Mm-hmm.
Kyoko, well, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you.
However,
Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us.
Yeah, true.
whew,
But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal.
But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand anything. Wow, I'm just tripping all
We're
over my
both
words
pretty
here.
bad right now.
Wow. All right, I guess I'm just so shocked by everything going on. I guess. I don't know.
Also, not to kind of date this, but it is a Monday.
It is a Monday. I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
so
They had no choice but to accept.
Run that by me again.
because
It's all because of that one moment that the mastermind let their guard down. Like I said,
Yeah, I need you to expound on that. So, when was it that the mastermind let their guard down exactly?
so
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said?
You're gonna need to jog my memory.
They said that they hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure how you got the exact wording there, but yeah. They definitely said that.
listen.
And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right?
I mean, I just went straight to Hunger Games, so no, actually. I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable.
Indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off,
However,
and yet somehow, the mastermind was able to do it.
Let's be real here. Let's be real. We have no proof of that. We don't know that things are actually being broadcast.
in other words,
But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult.
Paying their debts? A reason?
so
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost. Us killing each other.
They wanted to show the world?
it would seem
The mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, if those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
in other words,
So the mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world.
But why?
correct.
Prove a point, most likely.
Prove a point?
Hey,
The outside world has a name for students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept.
The Ultimates? You're talking about Hope, right?
that's right.
And for those of us who represent hope to kill each other and sink into despair. The mastermind wants the world to see that, to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal, as the ultimate despair.
What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's... that's ridiculous, though. Come on.
It's true.
You're right. It is ridiculous, completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair.
But is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto,
I know how angry it must make you, and yet... that same motivation is what led to the mastermind revealing their weakness.
What?
in other words,
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world. The mastermind has had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the mastermind simply ignored their rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter.
At the very least.
At least, that's how those who are watching this would have seen it.
And that's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves.
Indeed.
That is precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished. But in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Technically, Junko didn't break a rule, I don't think. Or did she attack him? Did
She stomped Monokuma.
Okay, I was trying to think, like, did she attack him? I don't remember this. All I could remember was, like, she refused to do the investigation in class trial. She was not about that.
Right, but then Monokuma ran at her and she stomped on him.
Right.
So the violence part.
Right.
So instead, they tried to use the class trial, following all the proper rules, to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer, then made me out to be the killer.
Which is technically not within the rules. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer.
And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world just now, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion?
Indeed.
To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words,
It would only do the mastermind harm to have it shown that they'd violated their own regulations.
But all that was just a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge.
however,
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got that chance. Because you believed in me, another path opened up.
Still, I can't believe how much of the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't even have the slightest clue.
wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet.
Whew.
But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet.
She let out a quick sigh, and I took it as a small sign of relief.
To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time.
I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him.
Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say?
I mean, I guess.
Plus, if I'd showed my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. I'm kind of pathetic.
However,
Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time,
correct.
or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing.
You're right. If we can't defeat the mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There is no option except to win.
Hey,
But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on.
True. But now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind.
Work together with everyone.
however,
Is that really possible?
Well, I mean, considering Hiro and Toko have never done shit, and somebody amongst us is supposed to be the mastermind, I mean, technically no, but yes.
anyway,
Anyway, right now, we have to go find the others.
shall we go?
They're probably in the dorm somewhere. Shall we go?
Alright, so, here's, I'm just wanna... When we meet up with the others, who is gonna have the most surprised reaction? It's like, how the fuck? Who's gonna be the most surprised here? I don't feel like it's gonna be Toko. Hiro will probably do one of his loud yells.
That's what he always does. I'm pretty sure I know what face Byakuya's gonna make. You know, the one with his glasses are tilted and he feels like the plot just got pulled out from under him. That's happened a few times. And then Hina is just like, oh my god, what? No way! And then she eats a donut. Let's go find out.
Yes,
I'm
please do.
assuming they're in the dorms. She probably said that. I wasn't paying attention. Maybe they're off in like the dining hall having dinner. Am I going the right way? Yes. Guys,
Hello.
I'll go check the dining room first. And suddenly we were greeted with... Oh. Oh.
His cat walked across the keyboard.
Yeah. I think it did. You again. Hi, I just got done talking to you. Oh dear. Oh dear. Were they trying to hack the one that broke and just their programming sucks? Is that what happened here? That's kind of what I'm feeling happened here.
Quick, we need to roll back this release.
This, oh god, don't even with me on that.
Oh,
Is he broken?
Whew. I suppose his emotional instability reached its limit.
You know what, Monokuma? I think I know what you need. I know what's gonna make you feel a lot better. You need a nice, relaxing time in the sauna. Come on, little buddy, let's go. Also, what the fuck?
However,
I wonder what that was all about.
I couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief again. That's Hina.
Is that Makoto?
Why does Toko look evil? She's got an evil... Actually, I can't tell. Is that an evil look or is that a... concern? Wait, is that supposed to be happiness? It looks weird on her.
Happy looks weird on her.
Yeah, Byakuya's got about the expression I expected. Same, yeah, all of them are about, yeah, that's about right.
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
Huh? You survived?
Yeah,
Jeez, you're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
yeah.
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
Boo. Everyone was there. All my friends who had struggled together and survived and accused me of being a murderer. Bitches. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up.
What?
Wait, what's that smell?
You see...
What the heck?
Yeah, man, that seriously stinks.
It's Makoto! He smells like a wet dog! Get away! Shoo!
Ow. And in a flash, my tears dried up. Bunch of assholes. All ya.
Makoto.
There's no time to indulge in extended happy reunion. We need to explain everything. We need to explain to everyone, even, what happened with Monokuma.
Yes.
Explain? Explain what?
But is it okay that you're here? What if the mastermind catches you?
It's true.
That's related to what I have to tell you all.
Alright, guys. So I need to tell you all about the last class trial, where you all accused me of being a murderer.
Last class trial?
In other words,
We're going to redo Mukuro's trial.
Huh?
What? Seriously?
How about that?
What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? No, dumbass. I didn't do it. Like I keep telling you.
Wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer. And of course, it's not me or any of you.
Huh?
Then, who is it?
I see.
What she's saying is, it was all the work of the mastermind.
Huh?
What? You're saying the mastermind killed Mukuro?
That's right.
That's right. It was all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to stop it.
However,
But his decision meant that he would be the one to die.
What did you say?
You spotted the trap. Did you, Makoto?
Well, technically. You make it sound like it was easy. I mean, I just, ran back the wheels of time.
however,
But executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blackened, is a clear violation of the school regulations. The rules say that only the Blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial once more.
Huh?
And the mastermind agreed? Does that mean they really did break the rules?
They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, didn't you?
correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall what you said at the end of the last trial. When you said, now it's the mastermind who's been ensnared, that's what you were referring to.
Don't be mean!
Hey, I'm totally in the dark here again. What's going on?
For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again, later.
So, knowing all this, what do we do now?
About that.
It's about who killed Mukuro, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind.
But there's more to it than that, correct?
Yeah. For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school.
Huh?
Every last mystery?
Yes.
But we've been looking around this entire time, and we still don't know anything, right?
Anyway,
You've probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies.
Oh no!
Everyone?
I hate you.
Hey, who said you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us? I'm fine with things the way they are. I'm fine living here forever with Master.
I, meanwhile, want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible.
Out of here and away from you.
anyway,
Anyway, at this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth.
Interesting.
In other words, one decisive final battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say.
But
But figuring out who the mastermind is, and how they killed Mukuro, and all the school's mysteries.
It's a pretty tall friggin' order. Maybe. But this time the trial is different. We know who our enemy is now. Sort of. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all of those mysteries.
I'm not so sure about that.
Why do you gotta be like this? Come on. Kyoko...
I
can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone.
God damn it. You can't agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone, it seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries.
indeed.
That's what I thought too, at first. Until Monokuma gave us that little hint of his.
Ah, yes. His hint. It's a very polarizing approach, I know. But okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
I see.
Monokuma said that, did he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable.
Huh? But why?
So, in other words,
If the mastermind really is the one who killed Mukuro, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have had to step foot in this school, right? Monokuma could probably murder Mukuro, but there's no way he could have disguised the scene like that.
in other words,
But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who have been taking part in the killing game.
Then the mastermind is...
There were...
Oh, it's Toko. Oops. There were 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning. Add in Momokuro and you get 16. So, the mastermind would have to be one of them?
One of us.
that's right.
And of those 16 people we started out with, the only ones still alive are the people standing right here. Need I continue, or do you get it now?
What?
You're saying the mastermind is one of us?
No way!
You can't be serious.
Wait, hold on. We can't say for sure that that's true yet. Monokuma might have just said all that to confuse us.
Indeed.
It's certainly a possibility, but only one among many. The mastermind behind being one of us is also a possibility.
Quick side chat here. If the mastermind is one of us, why does the mastermind need a spy amongst one of us? I feel like that was an unnecessary step.
And that is one possibility we can't ignore.
Yeah, I mean, they're an ultimate, right? The ultimate despair. So they must be a high schooler. You can't say it's not possible.
I can try. But if one of us was the mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But did you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active?
Well,
Maybe they snuck off and controlled him in secret.
Okay, but class trials?
but
I don't care how sneaky you are. We would have noticed someone sneaking off that many times.
I'm right, right?
Then maybe Monokuma was on autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand. Or it could just be a really smart AI. In that case, there's no way he could have had all those back and forth conversations with us.
Well, it wouldn't be entirely impossible if they directed the flow of the conversation.
Well, maybe, but still. It is officially nighttime.
Right. Well, if you think about it too, think about this.
Yeah.
Because Mukuro, they're saying, is somehow part of it. That's Kyoko's big thing with it, or whatever.
Yeah.
Has Monokuma been normal since Mukuro died?
No. That's one I thought that was like, okay, guys, until Mukuro had died, it's very easy to explain why Monokuma was able to do things when everybody else was around, because Mukuro was controlling it. But ever since then, no. Also, the class trial is still a question mark. Because they were all there. Except for, dead Mukuro.
This is a school announcement.
That's not the normal one.
You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode.
Oh, cool.
So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school.
Oh my god. I can go back to Sayaka's room.
Oh my god.
Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit. Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms.
That's fine.
The time for talk is done. Now we need to begin our investigation.
Well, but...
I was planning on working alone from the very beginning anyway.
In the name of my family.
At this point, I can rely only on myself. On the Togami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility.
Goodbye.
Well then.
After making his final statement, Byakuya left the dining hall.
Master
Yeah, just go run after him.
didn't take me with him.
He never does.
Hey.
Do you blame him?
Without Master, the rest of you are like
Totally unbearable.
coffee with cream, without the cream, or coffee. You're totally useless.
Right, and what have you done?
So bye.
With that, Toko trudged out of the dining hall. And now she's gone. And you're gonna go off by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Indeed.
That's right.
Which just leaves Makoto, Hina, and me. Huh.
You know?
In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too.
Just a second.
Oh, come.
How about that?
Just wait and see. I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's identity. It's Betty White. Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall.
Aww. Everyone's really gonna go off by themselves.
Well, unless you decide to tag along with me. What about you, Hina?
I guess I'll do the same thing.
Wow, I was right here.
But,
I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know? But up till now, I haven't really been all that useful.
I mean...
I just depended on Sakura and everyone else.
There have only been 3 people useful the entire game, and I'm one of them. You're not useless, strictly speaking. I mean, if you hadn't been here, I would have died.
huh?
Makoto?
Wait, how does that make sense? How did her being here prevent me from dying?
I don't know either.
I don't know what this is referring to, because I think you're lying. I get it, but I think you're lying.
That's really nice of you to say. But still, I know I've been mostly been totally useless.
Okay.
So I figure, at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us all get out of here. So I'm gonna go off and do it all on my own. See you later. Taking some donuts with me.
God damn, I've been in the trash for 3 days. Let me have one donut, please. She's gone. Hina was in surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out the dining hall with the last of the donuts. And once again, it's just us two. Wait, us two?
Indeed.
Oh, she's still in here. I thought she left already.
Right? It did make it sound like it.
Yeah.
Indeed. Oh my god, 7!
More?
7th time!
Fuck. So, you're gonna go up on your own too, right, Kyoko?
However,
Well, don't misunderstand.
I do a lot.
Just because we're going to do our searches separately doesn't mean we can't still work together.
so...
That goes for all of us.
I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigating doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see it as us splitting up to cover more ground. And then we can get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's right.
So then...
Well, I'd better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check.
Yeah, you and me both.
Correct.
Monokuma said all the doors in the school had been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school.
We can visit all the places we couldn't go before.
Makoto.
Makoto, no matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth. By any means necessary.
And with that, Kyoko was gone, leaving only me. I don't have time to waste either. I have to begin my search. I still can't believe the mastermind might be one of us. So, that's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of this school. And then, we can all escape together. We'll see how that goes. Well, I guess I'll start by taking a look at Mukuro's Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They'd also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Once we find out who killed Mukuro Ikusawa, then we'll know who the mastermind is. So, where should I start my investigation to figure out who killed her? I guess I should start with the rooms that were locked up until now. The headmaster's room, the bio lab, and the door to the data center with Monokuma's face on it. Oh, and the second floor of the dorm, but the gate was down before. That should be open now, right? After that, I'll have to double check the areas that are connected to the murder itself, which means the garden and the dojo. Okay, let's get started. Places to check has been added to the truth vault. Okay, that's kind of helpful, actually. But, unfortunately, it's the end of the episode, and I have to wait to do all that until next time. I'm not happy about it. But, I guess we'll see you all then. Bye, everyone.
Later!